Silence is strength. The sanctuary. Your mind has been craving. Ever feel like your mind is stuck on a never-ending loop, constantly chasing deadlines, swiping through notifications and jumping from one distraction to the next? In this episode, we're offering something rare, a pause, a sanctuary from the digital noise. Together, we'll explore how silence can become the most powerful self-care ritual you've been missing, a mental detox, a deep recalibration, and a path to profound inner peace. This is your invitation to turn down the noise, tune into your inner wisdom, and rediscover the strength found only in stillness. 1. The gift of quiet. Unwrapping the benefits of silence. Silence is the sleep that nourishes wisdom. Francis Bacon wasn't just being poetic, he was revealing something vital. In our hyper-connected world, silence has become almost extinct. From endless social media chatter to the hum of modern life, we're constantly surrounded by noise. The result: mental exhaustion, stress, and a disconnection from our inner selves. But what if the cure isn't something new, but something ancient, and already within reach? The brain reboot. Think of your mind like a high-performance computer. It's constantly running, analyzing, reacting. But even the best machines need time to defragment and reset. Silence acts like a reset button, giving your brain the chance to rest, reorganize, and return with sharper focus, deeper clarity, and more creativity. The stress reliever. Daily life can feel like carrying a backpack full of bricks: responsibilities, pressure, anxiety. Silence is what happens when you set that burden down. You breathe, you stand taller, and the weight, it lifts. The inner compass. Silence turns down the volume on the world and lets you hear what truly matters: the quiet voice within. Your real thoughts, your fears, your dreams, they emerge not in noise, but in stillness. This is how we return to authenticity. The creative spark. Have you ever noticed your best ideas come when you're in the shower or walking alone in nature? That's no accident. In silence, your mind is free to wander, connect dots, and imagine possibilities. It's a fertile ground where inspiration grows. The sleep enhancer. Sleep is elusive in a world that never stops. But silence can become your prelude to rest. A quiet environment tells your body it's safe to let go. It's like dimming the lights in a theater, inviting your mind to enter a deeper, healing state. The productivity booster, contrary to what hustle culture teaches. Silence actually enhances productivity. Studies show that quiet can improve concentration, mental endurance, and efficiency. Think of it as clearing your desk before diving in. Everything gets easier when there's space. The relationship builder. Silence isn't just for solitude. In relationships, it makes space for real listening. In conversations, it allows connection to deepen. Sometimes, the pause between words carries more meaning than speech itself. The spiritual gateway. For centuries, seekers have used silence to connect with the divine. In stillness, something sacred emerges: a sense of awe, presence, and wonder. Silence becomes a doorway to something higher. 2. The inner sanctuary. Silence as a catalyst for growth. When you sit in stillness long enough, you'll meet what you've been avoiding: grief, joy, anxiety, longing, fear. Emotions buried under constant motion begin to surface. But in silence, you don't run from them. You sit with them. You observe, you learn, and slowly, you begin to understand yourself, the seed of self-awareness. This inward journey of listening, feeling, and observing plants the seed of self-awareness. It's like switching on a light in a dark room, revealing the unconscious beliefs and emotional patterns that silently shape your behavior. The more you uncover, the more power you gain to choose consciously, to live in alignment with your true values and intentions. The soil of mindfulness is the nourishing soil that helps self-awareness take root. It means being present, without judgment, watching your thoughts rise and pass like clouds. And silence provides the ideal environment for this: no distractions, no noise, just presence. It deepens your relationship with both your inner world and the world around you. The fruit of intuition. With silence and mindfulness, your perception shifts. You begin to notice your intuition, the subtle inner compass that guides you toward what's right. Even when the way forward isn't clear, that quiet gut feeling, so often drowned out, starts to lead the way, the harvest of creativity. Silence is also the birthplace of inspiration. Without constant input from the outside world, your mind has space to imagine, explore, and connect the dots. It's like clearing the clutter from a canvas so creativity can finally paint. Artists, thinkers, and visionaries throughout history have turned to silence to unlock their deepest insights. The art of letting go. Stillness invites release. In silence, you can let go of what no longer serves you, the weight of the past, the fears of the future, the expectations that suffocate your present. Letting go creates space for growth, for healing, for possibility. The hero's journey. Growth is not a straight path. It's a journey of facing discomfort, stepping outside the familiar, and becoming the hero of your own story. You'll fall, you'll rise, you'll evolve, and silence will walk with you through every chapter, your companion, your mirror, your guide. 3. The quiet connection. Silence in relationships. Silence is sometimes the best answer. The Dalai Lama. In relationships, silence isn't awkward. It's sacred. In our noisy, fast-talking world, we often forget the power of presence. We talk over each other, fill every pause. But what if the silence between two people could say more than words ever could? The language beyond words. Silence is its own language, a subtle form of communication made of glances, shared moments, and mutual understanding. In the quiet between words, trust forms, connection deepens, two hearts meet without needing to speak. The listening revolution. True listening is rare. We often hear to reply, not to understand. But silence transforms listening into something sacred. It creates space for another's truth to unfold. You hear not just their words, but their energy, their emotion, their essence. Imagine watching a sunset with someone you love. You could describe the sky, or you could just sit, breathe, and feel the shared stillness. That moment of wordless connection often speaks louder than anything you could say. The conflict diffuser. Silence also de-escalates conflict. Instead of reacting in the heat of the moment, silence offers a pause, a chance to step back, breathe, and respond with clarity instead of impulse, like ducking a punch instead of swinging back. It gives you space to choose peace over escalation. The intimacy incubator. Some of the deepest bonds are forged not through conversation but through comfort in silence, like a warm fire on a cold night. Silence invites closeness. Whether you're on a road trip with a friend or simply sitting beside someone you love, those quiet moments speak volumes. They say, "I'm here. I see you. And I don't need to fill the space to feel close to you." So let go of the need to always speak. In your relationships, practice presence. Listen with your heart, make space for silence, and you'll find that the deepest connection doesn't come from talking, it comes from truly being with each other. 4. The tranquility within. Silence as the gateway to inner peace. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Buddha. The Buddha, perhaps the original master of mindfulness, left us a timeless truth. Yet in today's frantic world, that inner peace often feels like a distant dream. We chase it through endless to-do lists, scroll through dopamine-driven distractions, and drown in a sea of noise only to feel more anxious, disconnected, and restless. But what if the answer isn't somewhere out there? What if the path to inner peace is already within you? Quiet, accessible, and profoundly simple. The mental detox. Silence is like a mental cleanse, a way to clear the fog, pause the noise, and reset your internal state. It's not about escaping life, but stepping away long enough to hear your own voice again. In the absence of constant input, clarity begins to rise, like dust settling in still air. Silence lets your mind find its natural rhythm. The emotional balancer life will always bring waves: joy, anxiety, grief, uncertainty. But silence gives you the emotional balance to ride them with grace. Think of it like a lake. The sky above it may storm and change, but its depth remains still. Silence helps you access that depth, offering a grounded center from which to feel without being overwhelmed. It's like stepping off a roller coaster and sitting on a bench. Your heart is still racing, but slowly you return to calm. Silence becomes your anchor. The mindful moment. Silence is the soil in which mindfulness takes root. In quietude, you learn to observe your thoughts without judgment, like watching clouds drift across a wide sky. You don't chase them. You don't resist them. You simply witness, and in that witnessing, self-awareness grows, acceptance deepens, compassion for yourself begins to emerge. The antidote to stress is like a slow poison eating away at your focus, your sleep, your sense of safety. But silence acts as the antidote. Even short moments of quiet have been shown to lower cortisol levels, reduce blood pressure, and boost immune function. Your body, like a tightly wound spring, begins to unwind. Ease returns. Stillness restores. The wellspring of well-being. Inner peace isn't a fleeting mood, it's a way of being. It's feeling centered in the storm. It's waking up with gratitude, not urgency. It's standing on the mountaintop of your life and realizing you don't have to conquer everything. You just have to be here, present, open, alive. And that presence, it begins with silence. 5. The quiet rebellion, finding stillness in a noisy world. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Ram Dass. In the age of hyperconnectivity, silence isn't just rare, it's revolutionary. We're bombarded with information, dopamine hits, breaking news, endless feeds. We scroll, we refresh, we chase noise. But here's the paradox. The more we chase the noise, the further we drift from ourselves. Like trying to find a needle in a haystack by setting the haystack on fire. You lose everything in the blaze. The inner sanctuary, silence, becomes a radical act of resistance, a way to reclaim your space, your breath, your mind. It's not about escaping to a mountaintop monastery. It's about building a sanctuary within a mental refuge where clarity, stillness, and strength reside. Picture this. You're at a crowded party, music blaring, voices overlapping, lights flashing. It's overwhelming. So you slip away to a quiet corner, you breathe, you return to yourself. That quiet corner, that's what silence is. A space you can carry within you, wherever you go. So the invitation. So here's the invitation: carve out moments of silence each day. Breathe, reflect, be still. Whether through meditation, a walk in nature, or simply sitting without your phone, let silence be your companion. Let it cleanse, balance, and reconnect you. Because peace isn't something you find out there. It's something you remember and hear. 6. The mindful moment. Silence as the gateway to presence. The present moment is filled with joy and happiness, when if you are attentive, you will see it. Teach not Han. Our modern lives pull us in every direction, forward to the next task, backward to regrets, sideways to distractions. We're constantly doing, rarely just being. But in the stillness of silence, we come home to the only place joy ever truly exists, the present moment. The mental chatterbox. Your mind is like a radio that never shuts off, blaring thoughts, worries, and to-do lists. This constant mental noise drowns out the subtle beauty of now. Mindfulness is the practice of turning down the volume, and silence is the space where that becomes possible. Imagine trying to connect with a friend in a noisy cafe. It's hard to truly listen. Now imagine stepping into a quiet corner together. That's what mindfulness feels like, finally hearing what matters. The stillness within silence is fertile ground. It's where mindfulness takes root. Free from distractions, you begin to notice your inner world, your thoughts, your emotions, your habits of mind. And instead of reacting, you simply observe. No judgment, just presence. It's like walking out of a chaotic city street and into a peaceful garden. Your senses awaken, your breath deepens, and you remember that peace was always available. The anchor of the breath. When your mind drifts, your breath brings you back. It's your anchor. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the cool air entering your nose, the warmth leaving your lips. In a storm of thoughts, the breath is your lifeline, quiet, steady, true. The non-judgmental observer. Mindfulness isn't about suppressing thoughts, it's about witnessing them without clinging or resisting. Like sitting by a river and watching leaves float by. You see your thoughts come and go. You are the watcher, not the wave, the gift of presence. The more you practice, the more you awaken. You taste your food, you feel the breeze, you notice the look in a loved one's eyes, and life, once blurry, becomes vivid. Mindfulness ripples into everything: your work, your relationships, your self-worth. So drop the pebble, watch the ripples spread. 7. The soul spa silence as the ultimate self-care ritual. You cannot serve from an empty vessel. Eleanor Brown. In a world that glorifies productivity and hustle, we often ignore the simple truth: you can't pour from an empty cup. We race, we give, we grind until we burn out. But what if the ultimate act of self-care wasn't a luxury spa or a getaway, but simply silence? The inner oasis. Silence is your personal sanctuary. It's a space where you can recharge, reflect, and reconnect with your essence. It's like crossing the finish line of a marathon, exhausted, yet proud, and allowing yourself to finally rest. The emotional first aid kit. In silence, you tend to your wounds. You process anger, release sorrow, and soothe anxiety. It's like opening a healing kit within tools, not to escape emotion, but to honor and learn from it. Imagine coming home from a terrible day, lighting a candle, sitting in stillness and feeling your inner storm slowly calm. The mental massage. Silence offers your overstimulated mind the reset it desperately needs. It's like stepping out of traffic and into a quiet spa. Your thoughts soften. Your breath deepens, your body relaxes. A few moments of silence can do what hours of noise cannot. The soul food. Silence nourishes your spirit. It gives you space to dream, to remember what truly matters, to realign with your values. Picture yourself beside a flickering campfire, staring into the flames, contemplating life. That's what silence offers: a sacred space for meaning. the permission slip we're taught to earn rest. But true self-care isn't indulgence, it's necessity, like putting on your own oxygen mask before helping others. Silence helps you show up whole for yourself and for those you love, so give yourself permission to rest. Let silence refill you. 8. The quiet revolution, embracing silence in daily life. In the silence of your being lies your greatest power. Deepak Chopra: noise is everywhere in our homes, our phones, our minds. But a quiet revolution is rising. A movement that values inner stillness over external stimulation. It's not about withdrawing from life, it's about engaging with it more mindfully. The everyday oasis. You don't need to escape to a monastery. Silence is found in everyday spaces, on your commute, in your kitchen, between two breaths. Even in a crowded room, you can access that calm corner within, the ritual of routine. Make silence a habit, not a coincidence. Silent mornings start your day with breath, not screens. Mindful meals. Eat slowly, savoring every bite. Tech-free zones create device-free spaces to just be. Nature therapy. Let the forest, ocean, or sky remind you of your place in something vast. Silent walks. Walk without headphones. Listen, feel, notice, the creative catalyst. When you remove the noise, creativity flows, ideas emerge, intuition sharpens. Silence gives your inner artist room to breathe. That blank space, it's not empty, it's full of possibility. The relationship enhancer: put down your phone, look someone in the eye, listen not to reply, but to understand. In silence, empathy grows, presence deepens, real connection blooms. The inner compass. When faced with hard choices, silence helps you hear your own wisdom. You breathe, you feel, you know. That's your inner compass guiding you home. Conclusion. A call to the quiet within. This is your invitation to unplug, to slow down, to listen. Silence isn't the absence of life, it's the presence of you. In its stillness, you'll find clarity, creativity, calm, and perhaps something even greater: peace. Join the quiet revolution. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more mindful, present, grounded people. And that begins in silence.